Well then, everybody, just let the standby director take over for a moment. You'll have to kneel, I'm afraid, because I'm borrowing your chair. We've just come up to the gallery because I want to show you this brilliant new software package called Nickelodeon Director's Lab, and it lets you fiddle around with videos and animations and loads and stuff. Anything from a toilet flushing to someone getting a pie in the face. But this is one of my favourites. It's called Aardvark. If I click at the bottom of the screen here on loop, the video will just play round and round and round and round. So I can show you that you can speed it up like that, or you could slow it down by clicking here, or you can make it bounce around the screen. You can make it go all the way around the edge of the screen. You can have 4 of them running at once, or better still, you can play around with some animations. Now, if I just call up one I was working on earlier on, at the top of the screen here, you can see the 21 different frames of my animation, and the last 3 here I just haven't finished yet. So I'll click on frame 19 and select the eye from over here, and you can just look at the top now. It was just leaving the top of frame in 18, so if I put it, say, there, in that one, I click on 20, I can put the eye here, and then in 21 we'll have it bouncing just off the bottom. Now we can play that through, and there's my aardvark and bouncing eye animation. If I go out through this door into this kind of control or reception area, I can get some sound effects if I click in here. Listen to these chickens. If you don't like the sound effects that are in, you can actually record your own. Just click on record, standby studio, and run VT. Play myself back.
Standby studio.
It's slow, that, isn't it? Here we go. Standby studio and run VT. So that's the video. We've had the sound effects. Where do you put it all together? In the director's lab. Just for argument's sake, let's pick a bit of my Aardvark video here. We can put that in there like that, and just any old music. Sounds jolly enough, doesn't it? And find some silly sound effects from the junk drawer. Play that all through. Yeah, well, you get the general idea. But where's the best place to view your finished work when you've put it all together? Where else but the screening room? So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you my famous Bad Influence animation sequence. There's been a very important computer game show going on in London this week. Naturally, the Bad Influence cameras were there, so... Standby studio and run VT.
It's big, bold and busting. ECTS 95 was held at Olympia this year, and there were more games to look at than perforations in a tea bag.
On the Super Console side, there was plenty to see. This is the first time that Virtua Fighter 2 has been shown on the Saturn. The complex 3D sprites are almost identical to the arcade machine's fighters. The disc features new moves for the original characters, a fistful of new faces to deal with, and lots more detailed graphics.
Also making its first appearance on Saturn was Virtua Cop. Players have to pick off the 3-dimensional bad guys as they jump out of the screen before the villains fill them full of buckshot. The game will come packaged with the same gun that's chained to the arcade cabinet.
Everyone was out to get attention at the show, some with more dressing than others. But once you got past the Batmobile cars, globe-trotting stars, even nifty ball handling couldn't outshine the top games on offer.
Alien Trilogy has been around as a demo for years, but we can reveal that it's finally coming out for the PlayStation. As you'd imagine, the game features the extraterrestrial facehuggers themselves in a Doom-style game.
Another late arrival to the UK scene is the classic Neo Geo 3D blaster, Viewpoint. The isometric graphics have made it over to the PlayStation from the arcade machine and look even better.
Feel like restaging some of the most famous boxing matches in history? Well, now you can with Foes of Ali. Slug it out with a boxer of your choice, or have Ali himself in your corner. Every fight can be viewed from tons of different angles, and the action gets hotter with every face-destroying blow.
Alien Odyssey's graphics on the PC easily rival those of the Super Consoles. The game's primarily an adventure, but for real laughs, slip onto the seat of a high-speed jet bike and scorch through the pine forests. Spectacular animations kick in as the story unfolds, but it's the clever mixture of arcade and adventure game styles that will keep you coming back for more. Fantastic, some brilliant looking games there for new systems. Keep watching Bad Influence and we'll tell you what they're really like.
But don't fret if you've only got an older system, because there are still good games being made for them.
Time now for some more games reviews. A new cute hero hits the Saturn this week. He's lime green, has a wicked spike on his bum and goes by the name of Bug. Yes, even the Super Consoles have platform games with little extras like voice samples.
I hate
All the classic platform gameplay is there. Bug has to collect his power-ups and health points to beat the baddies and rescue his friends from the insect-eating Queen Cadabra. Here's Emily.
This is a game to be enjoyed by everyone. It's easy to get into and it looks amazing. You can kill enemies by either spitting at them or jumping on them and using the sting in your bum. That was a frog and a dragonfly which I just destroyed. Now I'm going to jump onto the waterfall and collect some blue crystals. Once I've got 100, I can go onto a bonus round at the end of the level. The waterfall's harder to walk on. The game looks great, sounds great, and it's one that you can play for hours and hours without becoming bored. This is the most playable game I've seen all year. Bug is bright and colourful, and the voice samples finish off a perfect game.
It's addictive, the 3D graphics are excellent, and the music's first class.
You just can't knock this game. Bug's got real personality. It makes a change from the ordinary run-of-the-mill 2D platformer. I love it.
And the scores for Bug, the boys gave it an excellent 4 out of 5, but the girls went all the way, a maximum 5 out of 5.
Vampire's Kiss is the long-awaited sequel to Super Castlevania 4. You take on the character of Richter, who has to fight his way through monster-maiming levels to rescue his kidnapped loved one and save the town from the dreaded Dracula. Was the sequel worth waiting for, or has Drac had his day? Here's Harry.
There's a lot of fuss made about the original Castlevania when it first came out 4 years ago, but unfortunately they don't seem to have improved it for this sequel. You just destroy everything that moves. It's all a bit monotonous. The gameplay is very basic, and the slow-moving character is really annoying. He just moves like a snail. This is actually the fastest that I can move throughout the whole game. If you're into old games with old ideas, then this is for you. But for me, this was more of a Vampire's Miss than a Vampire's Kiss.
It's extremely slow. The only thing I look forward to is jumping off the walls and dying.
Playing this game for 5 minutes is more than enough.
Scores then for Castlevania Vampire's Kiss? Oh, low, so low. Both the boys and the girls gave it a minimum 1. There's just time for the competition. We're giving away a Mega Drive with a copy of Comix Zone, and the question is, which comic books character who lives in Gotham City first appeared in Detectives Comics number 27? Was it A, Judge Dredd, B, Batman, or C, Spider-Man? Phone in your answers on 0891 800 300. That's 0891 800 300. Calls cost no more than 25 pence. The lines close at midnight on Sunday. And don't forget the most important thing, to let the person who pays the bill know you're calling.
That's right, you can't win if you don't ask permission, because we always check. Last week's competition prize was a Saturn with Panzer Dragoon. We asked you the question, what was the original meaning of the word Dragoon? The answer was soldier. We had over 12,000 entries, but well done, Joanne. Ollie from Newcastle, you're our winner this week. Well done. 10 runners up will get one of these. Come here. The Bad Influence Bad Crew t-shirts being modelled by one of our crew. Your name's going across the bottom of the screen now, so congratulations. And that's quite enough of you, Barry. Get off, please. Come here, come on, you're finished yet.
Don't forget our really exciting worldwide web page. The address is coming up in a moment. And also tune in next week, because we'll be looking at link-up games, including the amazing Destruction Derby. Bye.
See you next week, bye-bye.